the legendary Irving Blum and his amazing Ferris Gallery. So how did that all happen?
I came from New York to LA at the end of 1957 with the express purpose of doing a gallery. And I liked what I saw at Ferris. A little chaotic, but I liked it. I had a limited amount of money to spend, and Walter said Ed Keynotes wants to go back to the studio to make art. And I told him I was interested in acquiring his share of the gallery. And I said, what sort of money are we talking about? And he said, $500. And I told that story to a friend who said to me, you overpaid.
Tell me a little bit about the art scene in Los Angeles.
In 1963, there was a wave in the pop style. There were no precedents for this look. To all of a sudden encounter full-blown, the pop idiom was shocking. And by 1963, there were 300 pop artists. And somehow you had to select.
Yes.
And my initial selection of Roy and Andy proved to be prophetic.
When did you meet Roy then?
I went to visit Leo Castelli, and as I walked into the gallery, Ivan Karp, who worked for Leo, handed me a little view box, and there were cartoons. And I said, Andy Warhol, thinking he'd progressed. And Ivan said, no, a young guy by the name of Lichtenstein, and a bell went off. And I said to Ivan, I would like to show this young painter in California. Roy was happy to do an exhibition in California. I received a group of paintings, opened the crate, pulled one painting out, Crying Girl, masterpiece. Pulled the second painting out, Sleeping Girl, another masterpiece. And as I pulled the second painting out of the crate, like a vision, B. Gersh, standing at the doorway.
She was there?
She was there. She said, I must have it. I simply must have it. My idea was to keep those two paintings for myself.
Sure.
Of course. I was glad B bought it, but I was sorry to have lost it.
Andy reacted very strongly to Lichtenstein's cartoons and made decisions about his own art.
Exactly. Andy said he'd been to Leo's gallery, and Ivan Karp showed him transparencies of a young man. He's doing cartoons and doing them much better than Andy thought he was doing his. And Andy said, in any case, I'm doing these now. I don't know if Roy ever knew it, but he was responsible for Andy painting the suitcase.
The big clients were the Gershes,
Yes,
Ed Jans,
Ed Jans,
Hopper,
Hopper,
Dennis Hopper,
Don Factor,
Betty
Asher.
and Betty Asher. That was the opening of your gallery evening, I'm probably.
Yes. Yeah.
But I love your invitations that you used to make for your gallery.
Oh, they were mostly Dennis's photographs. They're terrific. The end of my run at Ferris was in the early 70s, and I stayed with Andy and Roy right to the end.
You must have talked to him about these series of pictures, these girl pictures. Did he say anything to you?
I remember the end of one conversation. He said, Irving, he said, they interest me. He loved girls.